Hey everybody, good morning. Mestre coming to you from Tokyo, Japan on a beautiful Tuesday morning. Let's get this week started. Is Capoeira a religion? Yesterday, somebody sent me an email. I don't usually like to use names because I don't think it's part of the thing. People have questions, so I want to throw the questions out there. Do I think Capoeira is a religion? The question was given to me, and the question was because people see me, the way I live my lifestyle and how I do things, how I interact with the world around me, and how I respond to the different relationships and belief systems as a Capoeira Mestre. Okay. Is Capoeira a religion? First, I think what we need to do is look at the internet. And religion is the belief in and worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. 2, a particular system of faith and worship. 3, a pursuit or interest followed with great devotion. A pursuit or interest followed with great devotion. I think when we talk about religion, we really need to be careful because these are the kind of things that people really get passionate and heated about, and mostly because everyone thinks their religion is the only correct religion. If people thought different religions have different possibilities of being correct or different, it's okay for people to have different faith, then nobody would be criticizing any video ever written about religion. Now, I'm sure some people are going to say, well, religion is this, religion is that. Actually, I kind of feel religion is what you believe it is. How we define religion and how we define our spiritual beliefs is how we relate them to our everyday systems. I'm going to get to Capoeira is a religion or isn't a religion soon. Bear with me a little bit. Okay, let's look at the first definition. The belief in worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. If someone were to be a Christian in Capoeira and they connect it, then for them, Capoeira becomes part of their religious practice. People who are part of, let's say, the Afro-Brazilian religions and connect it with Capoeira in their everyday lives, then that becomes part of their practice. Who am I to say that that is legitimate or not legitimate part of their religious practice? If I see people doing it all the time, right? They go to the Pedro Birimbau and start Capoeira and they make the sign of the cross. And isn't that a religious practice? Isn't everything we do in life, we decide what is a religious practice, right? If I get a certain herb or a certain root as part of, say, an Afro-Brazilian ritual, doesn't that make it part of my religious practice? If I use Capoeira, guys, I'm not getting into whether I am or not, if I use Capoeira as part of my religious practice, doesn't that make it part of a religion? Is Capoeira a religion unto itself? We're getting there. Number 2, really quick footnote. I'm not talking to people who have no ability to listen. This is for people who are trying to grow and understand. If all of a sudden you're just going to say, no, religion is this, blah, 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 this video isn't for you. I'm putting stuff out there because it was asked of me, and I believe people are curious, and I don't want intelligence and intelligentsia and thinking about things is important. Addressing things is important. So that's why I'm addressing this. So, number 2, a particular systems of faith and worship. Wow. Preto Velhos, Mandinga, Patuá, Corpo Fechado, Segurando Mão. So many things that I've seen in Capoeira that are religious practices, especially from Afro-Brazilian religious practices. The respect for the masters. Let's go back to one. The belief in a worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially a personal God or gods. A personal God or gods. I'm not saying God, so calm down. I'm saying gods as a definition, as a definition here. Don't we a lot of times see the old mestres as semi-gods, or we respect them in such a high form? Or I'm not saying they are gods, but everything is relevant to each person. How you see, oh, Mestre Bimba, oh, Mestre Pastinha, oh, my Mestre. I hope you can see where I'm going with this. I really believe there's two ways to define, two simple ways for me to define religion. Organized religion and personal belief system religion, okay? People choose different ones for many different reasons. Number 3, a pursuit or interest followed with great devotion. The pursuit or interest followed with great devotion of self-spiritual enlightenment. If I take out that whole concept of gods and God and a higher superhuman power and omnipotent power, just the fact that I use capoeira as a form of spiritual enlightenment to explain the world around me in a personal way. Same as if I use any philosophy. And I think here we need to be really careful, because a lot of times philosophy and religion are very similar, okay? A spiritual philosophy, I will say completely 100%, Capoeira is a spiritual philosophy for me. In the English sense of the word religion, I think it's very blurred, and I would have to be very careful to bring capoeira this way. I would have to be very careful to say capoeira is a religion 100%. Mostly because I believe, in the spiritual, philosophical part of capoeira that has contributed to my life, and I feel I look at the world through that world view, through that paradigm. I'm looking at the world. I'm interacting with the world through the eyes of a capoeira master, or a capoeirista, or a person involved in capoeira spiritual philosophy. Spiritual does not mean, for me, the concept of a God. Spiritual means for me the essence as a human being. When I'm sitting there and reflecting, thinking as an aware and cognitive human being, as I'm thinking, am I processing things as a capoeirista? And all that entails. For example, I've heard people say, I'm not saying them this to say, but I'm sure people say, oh, you have to read the Bible, okay? So to be a Christian, so then you would have to read a capoeira cultural background or cultural understanding, or delve into the spirituality of capoeira and history and philosophical points, which I think we all agree is embedded not only in the vivencia with your mestre or mestra, but in the capoeira lyrics and in the culture. Is capoeira a religion? For me, I would say capoeira is somewhere between a religion and a philosophical and spiritual way of being. For others, it might feel like a religion. For others, it's just a sport. What I do think, though, is that we have to respect everybody and how they approach capoeira in the different ways, because we all contribute to capoeira in different ways. I do still always say, because of integrity and because I have belief in what I do, that there are people out there who do things in a very superficial, non-spiritual or philosophical way of capoeira. That is fine. That is fine. I have no problem with people taking capoeira, using it, changing it, doing whatever they want to do. I don't do it. I don't feel I can do that. So, for me, capoeira is something very grandiose, very special, something that I use as a pillar for my spiritual and philosophical interaction with the world around me. It has helped me through many old songs. It's funny. You know, a lot of capoeira songs, especially older ones, are just straight logic, are just straight philosophy on life. Cut and dry. Na roda de capoeira, eu nunca dei meu golpe em vão, means that you have to have character. That's how I interpret it. That you can't be halfway. Because the world's a hard place. I'm not good or bad. That's how we are. The capoeira roda has made me stronger. The capoeira roda of life has made me stronger. Guys, as always, this is just one of my rants, so you don't have to listen if you don't want. If you like the video, subscribe, share, help grow the channel. We're growing little by little. Most important, I run Patreon. The link's below. Guys, I'm doing a lot. I'm working right now on Capoeira University. Everything I'm talking about, this whole spiritual and philosophical growth, there's a whole bunch of material that I'm putting together so that you guys can understand that as best as I have the ability to share it. Guys, have a beautiful day. Axé, capoeira. Vamos que vamos.